Welcome, friends. Myself, Professor Shantaya Gurmat, Department of Botany, MGVC Arts, Commerce and Science College, Muddebihar, Karnataka State. Today's class we discuss about Part 5, Germplasm and its maintenance. Germplasm and its maintenance. Germplasm maintains involves seed germination, testing, and monitoring the viability. Germplasm samples for conservation are multiplied many during the post rainy season to get better quality seed. Next one is to minimize genetic drift. An adequate number of plants are grown and sampled equally in constituting new seed stocks. Next one is we discuss about the history of germplasm. The term chemplasm means germplasm was first used by the German biologist August Weismann in the year 1834 to 1914 and described in his 1892 book Das Chemplasm, Ian Thierry der Wernberg, The Germplasm, a Theory of Inheritance. His theory states that multicellular organisms consist of germ cells that contain and transmit heritable information and somatic cells which carry out ordinary bodily functions. Bajaj in the year 1995 and Staritsky 1997 reported that some of the valuable gene pools might be lost unless coordinated efforts are made towards the conservation of genetic all over the world. Next, we discuss about important characters of germplasm. First one is genetic pool represents the entire genetic variability or diversity available in crop species. Germplasm consists of land races, modern cultivators, obsolete cultivators, breeding stocks, wild farms, and wild species of cultivated crops. Next point, germplasm includes both cultivated and wild species and relatives of croplands. Next one is germplasm collected for centers of diversity, gene banks, gene sanctuaries, farmers, field makers, and seed companies. Germplasm is the basic material for launching a crop improvement program. Germplasm may be indigenous, means collected within the country, or exotic, collected from foreign countries. Next one is we discuss about pollen bank. Pollen bank is a method where pollens are stored for germplasm collection. Different types of pollens are collected and stored here for future use. By using these pollens, the plants that are facing extinction can be reproduced. The spatial and temporal isolation of parental species that enforce cross-pollination barriers can be overcome. In order to continue productivity, supplementary pollination like pollen sprays can be implemented. In a breeding program, there is no need to grow the pollen parent continuously. Next point, genetic property can be conserved and can be source for germplasm and international exchange programs. Lastly, in the study of pollen allergy and pollen biology, it can serve as continuous source of pollen. Next one is exotic nuclear genetic diversity can be easily received and exchanged through pollen, thereby eliminating the need to go through a long juvenile phase, common in most of fruit trees, to produce pollen for hybridization at a desired location. Thus, stored pollen can be used to improve breeding efficiency Fruit tree pollen is generally required to be stored for controlled crossing, either to achieve a desired breeding objective or to overcome a constraint involved in commercial fruit production. Pollen storage has come to the rescue where stored pollen indexed as viable can be used in crossing with the desired female clone so as to accomplish the breeding objective. So thank you friends. So we meet in the next video. Thank you.